Welcome back friends. Today we are going to study about the belt chain drive. In our last lecture we had already studied that the introduction part of the belt chain drive where the types of the type of the belt, types of the drives, different kind of chain are used, right? Also the advantages of the belt drive, advantages of the chain drive, all the in all the terminologies and the introduction part of the belt chain drive are already discussed in our last previous lecture. Today we are going to study about the length of belt which is required for the open belt drive as well as closed belt drive. Also the condition for the maximum power transmission is what is the maximum power transmission conditions. Also we will study the driving ratios, or you can say the belt tension ratio, and the power transmission capacity. What is the maximum tensions required or maximum tensions available in the belt is studied today. So first, what is the belt drive? This is already studied in our last lecture. So what is the belt drive? Belt drive is a mechanical device which flexible mechanical element that transmit power from one shaft to another shaft, right? So belt is the flexible mechanical element that transmit power from one shaft to another shaft. Means of power transmission, there are various types of transmission mechanisms or transmission mechanism available like gear train, chain drive, belt drive and rope drive. Today we are going to discuss about the belt drive and chain drive, right? Today we are going to discuss about belt drive and chain drive, whereas the rope drive and gear drive will further study in your next semester. Belt drive and power transmission. So the amount of power transmitted by the belt depends on the velocity of the belt, tension of the belt, the arc of contact between the belt and smaller pulley, the condition under which the belt is used. So the velocity, tensions, arc of contact between belt and pulley and conditions under which the belt is used are the conditions for belt power transmission. There are different kind of belts which are used in belt drives like flat belt, V belt, and circular belt. There are different kind of materials which are used to construct a belt like leather belt, cotton belt, fabric belts, rubber belts, and balata belts. Similar to rubber belts, except that balata gum is used in place of rubber. Right now, the belt drive types. There are various different types of the belt drive, but today we are going to study about the open belt drive as well as closed belt drive to find the length of belt which is required to wound or which is required to construct a belt drive, right? So the length of belt drive, so first we have to find the center distance between A and B, right? So the open belt drive is used with the shaft arranged parallel and rotating with the same direction, right? If if the shaft arranged parallel and rotating in the different direction or opposite direction, then the closed belt drives are used, right? Now length of belt drive, right? Length For the length of belt drive, the equation to find the length of belt which is required in belt open belt drive is L equal to pi into R1 plus R2 plus 2x plus R1 minus R2 whole square divided by x, where contact angle, or you can say it's a wrap angle, alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 divided by x, right? So equation this is the equation which is used to derive the length of belt drive for length of open belt drive, right? So we are going to derive this equation, right? We are not going to take this equation directly, but we are going to derive this equation, how it will be derived or how it will be taken for the length of open belt drive. right? So first, the R1 and R2 is the radius of large and smaller pulley, right? So here, this is the R1, radius of large pulley, and here this is the R2, which is radius of smaller pulley, right? Now, if we want to find the length of bail which is required for the length of open bail drive, so we have to find the periphery of E, J, G, right? Plus length of GH plus periphery of HKF and length of FE, right? So we have to find the periphery of the arc, or you can say the length of arc EJG plus length of GH plus length of arc HKF plus length of FE. So if we find the total length of four part, so we can find the length of bail which is required for the length of open bail drive. Now the x is the center distance, which is distance between O1 to O2. This is the center distance x, and length L is the total length. So L is equal to, as per discussed, arc GJE plus EF plus arc FKH plus GH. Now the EF and GH, both length are same. Why? Because the open bail drive also there the shafts are arranged parallel, right? So GH and FE, GH and FE are same, right? Also, the length of arc JE equal to length of arc JE equal to length of arc JG. Same length of arc FK equal to length of arc HK, right? So we can write 2 times length of arc JE plus 2 times EF plus 2 times length of arc FK, right? So equal to 2 common, 2 in bracket arc of JE plus arc EF plus arc of FK, right? Now we have to find the length of arc, right? So we have to find the length of arc. Now the equation of length of arc equal to the angle which is covered by the arc, the angle which is covered by the arc multiply with the radius of the arc, right? So the angle which is covered by the arc is pi by 2 plus alpha, right? And radius is r1 for the larger pulley. Here pi by 2 plus alpha, arc of length, the angle which is covered by the arc of JE is pi by 2 plus alpha multiply with radius of the pulley is r1. Similar here for the lower pulley, smaller pulley. For the smaller pulley, the arc for angle which is covered by the arc is pi by 2 minus alpha, pi by 2 minus alpha, and radius is r1. So the length of arc is equal to pi by 2 minus alpha into r2, and twice is multiply at both, right? Now sine alpha is equal to r1 minus r2 upon x. How? So if we are taking the angle alpha here, if we are taking angle alpha here, then sine alpha is the opposite side divided by hypotenuse, the opposite side divided by hypotenuse. So opposite side is O1 in O1m, the opposite side is O1m, right? So what is the OM? O1m. What is the length of O1m? How can we find? So first, O1e is the R1. O1e is the R1, right? Now minus ME, minus ME, then we can find the O1m, right? O1m is equal to O1e minus ME, but O1e is the R1 minus ME. ME is the C here. The line EF and line MO2 are both are parallel. Both line are parallel. So the distance of ME is equal to distance of O2F, right? So O2F is the R2. O2F is the R2. So if we are going to take R2 here. Now this is the opposite side of the angle divided by hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is the central distance. So we are taking x for the hypotenuse, right? So the R1 minus R2 divided by x equal to sine alpha. Right? So sine alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 divided by x. Now, EF. What is the EF? Here, we have to find the length of EF, and EF is equal to MO2, right? EF is equal to MO2. We have the center distance, means the hypotenuse x. We have the hypotenuse x. Also, we have the opposite side O1M. So we can find the MO2 with the help of laws of Pythagoras, right? So how can we find the distance of MO2? So first, hypotenuse square minus the side square under root hypotenuse square minus side square is equal to the length of MO2, right? So the under root hypotenuse square means the x square minus O1M square is equal to R1 minus R2 divided by x, R1 minus R2, right? This is the R1 minus R2 O1M whole square. Now I am going to take the x common, so I can get the x under root 1 minus R1 minus R2 divided by x whole square, right? So expanding the binomial theorem, right? If we are going to use the maths equation of the binomial theorem, then we can get the x under in bracket 1 minus 1 upon 2 R1 minus R2 whole square plus up to n is equal to x minus 1 minus 2 x minus 1 upon 2 under in bracket R1 minus R2 divided by x whole square, right? Now putting the value of arc J, EF and arc FK in the equation, we can get the L equal to twice in bracket pi by 2 plus alpha multiply R1 plus x minus R1 minus R2 whole square divided by 2x plus pi by 2 minus alpha in bracket R2. Solving this equation, we can get 2 in bracket pi by 2 R1 plus R2 plus alpha R1 minus R2 plus x minus R1 minus R2 whole square divided by twice x. So if we are multiply the equation, we can get pi R1 plus R2 plus 2 alpha R1 minus R2 plus 2x minus R1 minus R2 whole square by x, right? How this is possible, right? So we have to take the value of alpha. We have to put the value of alpha, and what value of alpha is equal to sine alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 upon x, where alpha is very small. So we can take the sine alpha is equal to alpha. So we can find we can get the alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 upon x. So this equation may be generated as pi R1 plus R2 plus 2 R1 minus R2 divided by x, which is the value of alpha R1 minus R2 plus 2x minus R1 minus R2 whole square by x. Now here pi R1 plus R2 plus multiplication of R1 minus R2, so R1 minus R2 whole square by x plus twice x minus R1 minus R2 by a whole square by x, right? So the 2 times R1 minus R2 whole square, minus R1 minus R2 whole square by x. So we can get the length is pi R1 plus R2 plus twice x plus r1 minus r2 whole square plus divided by x in terms of radius, and in terms of diameter, the length of open belt drive is pi by 2 d1 plus d2 plus twice x plus d1 minus d2 whole square by 4x. Right. Now the length of belt for the cross belt drive. Length of belt for the cross belt drive. So the equation of the length of belt for the cross belt drive is pi r1 plus r2 plus twice x plus r1 plus r2 whole square by x, and the wrap angle alpha is equal to r1 plus r2 divided by x. Now what is the wrap angle or what is the contact angle? Right, we had discussed in last theory that the contact angle alpha and wrap angle alpha. So what is the contact angle and wrap angle? When the belt is wounded on the pulley, when the belt is wounded on the pulley, then the contact area of the belt with the pulley, right? This is, suppose this is the pulley, and the belt has the contact area of the from the E, J, and G, right? This is the contact of the belt with pulley. Then this contact angle means the angle which is generated by this belt is called as the contact angle or the wrap angle of the belt, right? Now we are going to derivation of the cross belt drive. So similar as taken in the open belt drive as the arc of JE plus arc of FKH plus EF plus GH, where the arc of GJ in arc of FKH has taken as the 2 times arc of JE and 2 times of arc of KH. So the arc of JE in arc of HK has taken as pi by 2 plus alpha and pi by 2 plus alpha. Here it is not taken as pi by 2 minus alpha. Why? Because this is the cross belt drive, and here the arc of HK is the angle which is generated due to the arc of HK is pi by 2 plus alpha, not the pi by 2 minus alpha, right? So the arc of HK is taken as pi by 2 plus alpha. Now the length of EF is equal to GH. As the Pythagoras method, we can take under root x square minus r1 plus rx square. X is going taken as common, so the equation is x under root 1 minus r1 plus r2 divided by x whole square. Expanding this by the binomial theorem, we can get the x minus r1 plus r2 whole square by twice x. Putting the value of arc of GJ, arc of FKH, and EF in the equation, we can find the length L is equal to 2 times r1 pi by 2 plus alpha plus x minus r1 plus r2 whole square by twice x plus r2 into pi by 2 plus alpha. If we are solving this equation, we can get pi r1 plus r2 plus twice alpha r1 plus r2 plus twice x minus r1 minus plus r2 whole square by x. Taken sin alpha is equal to alpha, as alpha is very small, right? So here again we can take the value of alpha is r1 plus r2 by x. So we can get the equation of length is pi r1 plus r2 plus twice x plus r1 plus r2 whole square by x in terms of radius, and if we are taking in terms of diameter, then the length is L is equal to pi by 2 d1 plus d2 plus twice x plus d1 plus d2 whole square by 4x is the length of belt which is used in cross belt drive, right? So this is the length of open belt drive and closed belt drive which is used or which is taken as for the length of belt, right, which is required belt drive.